Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Dunkerley and we are on Entrepreneur's Toolbox, and let me just make sure everything's set. Okay. Today we are going to be talking about a couple things that people are doing on YouTube pretty constantly that they don't need to be doing anymore. And I've been guilty of this myself, where I'm just doing the same thing that I've been doing for a long time. YouTube changes. It's a very ever-evolving platform. So there's a lot of things that are also, there's a lot of rumors and a lot of things that people tell you have to do, which either never were relevant, never actually were true, or they're no longer true anymore. So it's just very important that we stay on top of this, because one of the things is, the way I look at YouTube is it's a tool to build my business. I'm a big advocate that everything that I build on any platform, whether it be YouTube, whether it be I build a lot on Clubhouse. We do a room actually every single Monday. We do a room on Clubhouse about YouTube. It's just a great place to meet up. The club is called YouTube Empire. I know it's a bunch of different names, but feel free to come and hang out with us on that. But that is I've learned stuff on there, as well as in those groups and stuff, about what's working and what's not working. And so I'm going to go through a couple different things that I know that we used to be doing on Clubhouse all the time, or not Clubhouse. Why do I say Clubhouse? Oh, how's it going, Nancy? Great to see you. Rumors. Yes, Nancy. Great to see you, Nancy. But yeah, so there's things that change all the time, things that aren't always consistent with what YouTube wants, because YouTube started in 2005. So a lot has changed since 2005. It's 2022 right now, at the very end of 2022, almost 2023. So it's nearly been 18 years since YouTube started. So a lot of things have changed. So if you noticed when I started this live, and this is relevant for a live or a edited video, I jumped right into it. A lot of people think they have to have this long intro where they're explaining what the content's about, what they're going to tell them, or they start giving their personal pitch. Hey, just so you know, my name is Jonathan Dunkerley, and that's all you really need to know. I'm going to help you make money with video. That's what I do, and that's all you really need to know. And then jump right into the content. Don't have like a spiel about, hey, I do this, and then have some sort of video that plays. And if you have any video, the best ones that work are like literally a fraction of a second. They'll just, something that comes up, shows maybe your logo, and then ends. You don't need to have that typical 90s 30-second intro video. You don't need that anymore, because people get bored so ridiculously quickly. They just instantly go from, oh man, this is not interesting to me in the first 7 seconds. They hit the back button. And now they're already looking for the next video, because you didn't actually tell them what the video was going to be about. You started telling about yourself or showing your intro, which is the same in every video. And you need to actually have something that draws them in. So what I would do is stop using long intros or any intros at all, and just jump right into the content. And I think you're going to get a lot more engagement from your audience. Your audience will appreciate what you're doing better. There we go. So yeah, they'll appreciate what you're doing a lot more. You're going to get a lot more out of your content, and you're going to get a lot more engagement, just because people are going to actually stick around for your videos. So you do not need to have these intro videos anymore. And if you have them, I understand, and I have them in some of my videos, but they're insanely short. I used to have one that was about 17 seconds, and that was way too long. Like in hindsight, I no longer use that you could look at some of my older videos, go back to some of my videos, even earlier this year, they still had that intro, and I'm no longer using it. I cut it out. And now I'm going to jump to the end of the video for the next thing that you shouldn't really be doing on YouTube anymore in 2023. We're just ending 2022 right now. We're going into 2023. These are things that have evolved over time, and one of them is really just overusing the end screen. And what I mean is, I'm not saying just by actually using the end screen. And if you don't know what that is, it's at the very end of the video. there are a couple different things that pop up. You could have your YouTube channel icon, which if somebody clicks that, they're able to just go straight to your channel and then maybe and then subscribe. That's just another way for them to stay, in the loop of your content. And then the next thing that it does is it adds in those little tiny thumbnails, which you could say, send this to my next video or my most recent upload or a particular video. And what this is good to do is this is how you could send somebody to the next video. So instead of having this long spiel about, hey, blah, 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 this is what we're doing now, and then they give you 20 seconds. You don't need to use that full 20 seconds if even a fraction of it. So if I was going to use more of that and have that thumbnail pop up early, I would just be doing it like I'm talking right now and maybe just have it pop up. And then if I want to, I could reference it real quick and say, hey, if you want to watch the next video, just check out this video and I'll see you in the next one. Move on. Or, hey, maybe I already know what the next video is about, which that's another really powerful way to utilize the end screen is say I make this video and my live tomorrow is about, it's about, let's see that. It's about making money on YouTube, making money with it. So if I already knew about that content, I've already planned my next live. So if I wanted to at the end of this live, say, hey, if you want to catch tomorrow's live, or if you want to catch our next live about how to make money with video, then check it out right here. And I could wait until the next day. I've done the live and I programmed them later. So instead of having this long 20-second spiel, where I'm just going over, okay, you just have to do this and it takes 20 seconds. Most people in 20 seconds have clicked off. And if they've clicked off, that reflects negatively on your content. YouTube doesn't know why they clicked off. They just know that they clicked off. So by keeping it short, very short, if not non-existent, just make it real quick. I do recommend using the end cards, but you don't have to take the end cards and make them like this 20-second end screen and just send them to, you want it to wrap up as quickly as possible and just get to the next thing. So just make those shorter, and I think you're going to have a lot more engagement from your audience over because they're going to move on to the next video with you, and you've given them that clear decision, and you don't have them staring at something because, hey, if somebody has time to make a decision, they might make the wrong decision, and you want them to make the decision you want them to make is to go watch your next video. All right, so the third thing that I'm going to be talking about is actually about YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts popped up in, I think it was 2020. They popped up. There was a big influx with TikTok. TikTok was really popular at the time, and people were making these short form videos. And Instagram also kind of copied them. Everybody's copying everybody. So Instagram copied Instagram copied TikTok, and then YouTube also copied TikTok. But the thing is that these platforms, they're not the same. As much as you want them to be, they're not the same. So YouTube is where is it? They're not the platforms aren't the same. So as much as YouTube wanted it just to be TikTok on YouTube, it just doesn't really work that way. So one of the issues that people had was the algorithm is so powerful on YouTube. Let me put that. It understands your videos, and when they mixed in short form videos like under 1 minute videos that were vertical, that were meant to serve a different purpose, it was messing up the algorithm for everybody. It was messing it up, and it was making it so people would post like a 60-second video or less, and then YouTube, there's a thing called like watch time and retention. Or average watch time and retention. So you'd have a high retention because it would say, oh, somebody watched 100 or even more than 100% of your video. But when you have that retention, it would be a short video. So it'd be like your average watch time would be 45 seconds, and then it would look bad on your analytics, and YouTube would just say, oh, people are only watching 45 seconds of your videos. That's not that good compared to your long videos. So if I have a short video that's got a shorter average watch time, and that was messing everything up. So what people were doing is they were taking their channel, like I have Entrepreneur's Toolbox. People maybe took Entrepreneur's Toolbox and made Entrepreneur's Toolbox Shorts. It'd be like Entrepreneur's Toolbox Shorts, and then they put all their shorts onto that channel, so the algorithm and the analytics would be kept separate. But recently, YouTube has done quite a few things here. I'll just actually share this real quick. Let me make sure. go into the right tab. Here we go. So this is my YouTube channel, the one that you are watching on right now. And so we have a couple different things that are on here. They used to have everything under video, and people would. So even shorts used to be under here. Shorts, lives. They just recently split everything up and split up the algorithm so they're treated differently with shorts. So they split lives up into their own tab. So here's like last night's live that I did. That was a good live. I enjoyed that. And then here's the upcoming ones. But so those are under live now. But shorts here. Ooh, look at me. I look so. It's been a while since I posted a short. But the point was that shorts, I did them on my own channel, and I did notice that it affected the algorithm. But now YouTube has split the algorithm into its own categories. So shorts are completely independent. So you could continue to post shorts directly on your main YouTube channel. Like I have Entrepreneur's Toolbox with Jonathan. I would just post it on this channel, and then that video is not going to negatively affect the performance of these videos. Ooh, got a helicopter coming by. City life. If you live in the city, you understand why some helicopter or some random car zooming down the street could affect your videos. It's life. You might not be able to hear it, but I can hear it. But back to the topic. So now it's not going to affect these videos. So you could create short form content, put it onto YouTube, and it's not going to just mess everything up. So post your YouTube shorts directly on your YouTube channel, or on your main. Post your YouTube shorts directly on your main YouTube channel, and it won't mess up the algorithm for your other videos. And also, lives are split up too, so it's a great way to be creating your content and keeping them segmented. And then you could just organize it however you want on your homepage. But in the end, just post your YouTube shorts directly on your main channel. So that was a big thing that changed moving into 2023. It was something that YouTube announced not too long ago. And also, by the way, this is not about this is about YouTube Shorts real quick. YouTube Shorts are going to be more heavily monetized moving forward. So if you didn't know about that, YouTube is really pushing people to start promoting it, because you're going to be able to monetize not just your shorts, but if you're really good at making shorts, you're going to be able to get into the partner program and be able to make get your long form videos monetized as well as your short form. But hey, if you ask me, there's always better ways than actually being monetized directly on YouTube or any platform. YouTube is a tool to grow your business, not a business. So just remember that. That's something that I hammer down. So all right, let me move on to the next one. Let me see if this works. I'm playing around with hotkeys on Ooh, oh, it did work. It did work. I need to get a Stream Deck. I want to get a Stream Deck. I don't need one. I want one. Let's be perfectly honest. I want a Stream Deck. I don't need it. I want it. All right. Let's see. Okay. So another big one is this. So there is search. YouTube has a bunch of different algorithms. So you can do a thing called SEO. If you don't know what SEO, it's search engine optimization. And you're able to show up in the search engine, which YouTube is a search engine. Just like Google, you go to Google and you search for something. Well, you go to YouTube and you search for something to find a video. And the beautiful thing about YouTube is it's got so many layers of algorithms in their search engine. But part of it is called search. And that means that people could do things like they could optimize their YouTube video through their SEO, their description, they used to have tags aren't as weighted as much. YouTube says that tags are not that important. And let me just show you exactly what a tag is real quick. I'll just go to my go to one of my videos. I'll show you. So it might play in the background. Let me just open it up. There we go. So let me just bring up that page again so you could see. There we are. So this is one of the videos that I did. I use a tool right here. This is Social Blade, and there's also VIDIQ. And TubeBuddy will also show you tags that are in videos. So if you want to see the tags that are in somebody's video, so maybe you want to figure out what they're using, you could use VidIQ. There's a link to VidIQ in the description of this video if you want to try the. Just so you know, VidIQ is free. So is Social Blade, but they all have like paid tiers. But but you really don't need that to get started. If you find value in the paid tier, absolutely sign up. But I say I have them. I mean, I don't know. You could see I have. You can't see it in my screen, but I have VidIQ too, but I have all these things there. They're Chrome extensions that you install, and it adds this extra functionality into YouTube. But beside the point, that it gives me those tags. So I could say, okay, if you wanted to come to my video and you had those, you could see what tags I used in the video. But they're not weighted very much, and YouTube says they're the lowest importance. So that's something I'd still say just do it, but don't spend too much time on it. But what YouTube says is that that SEO is becoming less and less important to grow on YouTube because they're leaning more and more into something called the suggested algorithm. And when you have the suggested algorithm, you are able to kind of, how many people, let me know in the comments, how many people actually go to YouTube and actually search for things regularly. You might do it sometimes, like I do it sometimes too. But what's going to happen is you're going to have a higher chance of ranking. If you do SEO, you'll have a higher chance if somebody's going to type in how to change the oil in my car. You know, if you're searching for that, and you're going to be able to find the content how to change the oil in my car, which is great. You know, you're going to find that. But I mean, maybe if I search for that now, it's going to suggest additional things. But typically, YouTube's purpose is to almost entertain you, and that's going to either be infotainment, you know, you're helping somebody, but then there are also like the how-to type videos that are a little bit more searchable. But if you want to blow up on YouTube, what people typically lean into is the suggested algorithm, and YouTube has made it very clear that the suggested algorithm is becoming more and more and more important every single day. Every single day, it's becoming more important because YouTube wants it to be kind of an addictive experience. Let me just go back to no, I'll just stay on there so you can see. But yeah, so you can grab the tags, you could hack this stuff. You could say, I even, if you go to my description on this video, I still wrote a description, but it's not the primary focus of everything. So I get this, I actually use a tool called Jasper AI. I used to spend so much time just making sure that everything was really hammered down and perfect SEO. The SEO rules were you want to have your main keyword that you're targeting in your title. Then you want to have you want to have it 3 times throughout there, and then you take things like your tags and you'd spread them out throughout your description. I'd end up with like this giant block of text, and sometimes it wouldn't really be human readable. But the key to these is make videos that humans want to watch. Humans. We're not making videos for robots. Well, maybe there's some robots out there watching. I guess YouTube technically is a robot, and they watch all my videos. So I guess I am making videos for robots. But my main target audience is not a robot. It is you, the audience that wants to make money with video. And so, and by the way, that link below my face on the screen, that's dunkmedia.club. That is our community of people that want to learn how to make money with video. It is our Discord server. It is at dunkmedia.club. Just go there, and there's also a link in the description if that's easier for you. And beneath that is Dunk, which is our community token, which unlocks different things within the community. If you want to learn more about that, you can go to dunkmedia.club. I'm happy to answer any of your questions over there. And then there's also a link on how you could either buy it, or there's ways that you could earn it within the community. So you don't, I'm a big advocate on being able to earn your way to anything. So that, you're welcome to, if you want to have like some access to some of the stuff that I do in that community, it's a great way to kind of gain that access just by engaging in the community, or you could just buy it. I like giving people options, and it unlocks pretty much everything, and that's kind of what I'm building off of in that community, and that's the central hub for anything. So here, let me actually show you this. What's that? And that's actually one thing I was going to go to. Let me just go to the next one actually. So let me just wrap this up about the SEO. Just make sure that you're creating videos that people are actually wanting to watch. And so I focus on things, just actually making videos that I think people are going to watch, titles that people are going to watch. And this comes down to, I know that there's the argument of clickbait. Clickbait. There's the argument of clickbait. In your title, you can use something clickbaity, like you could look at the title of this video, for instance. If you go to this video that we're on right now, I'm going to bring it up to, bring it to my channel. If you go to this video, it's don't do this on YouTube in 2023. Stop doing this. So what should you stop doing? I could say the 10, or I think I had nine lists, the 9 things that you shouldn't do on YouTube in 2023. That could have been more searchable. Absolutely. What should I not do on YouTube in 2023? But this reaches out to people's emotions because it's actually something that a human is more likely to click on. So yes, but what am I doing? Don't do this on YouTube in 2023. Am I delivering on that so far? Whether you're watching live or replay, let me know in the comments if you think I'm delivering on that so far. I've given you 3 things not to do on YouTube in 2023 already. So 3 things already that I've told you. So I think that I've already delivered on that. It was kind of a clickbait type title, and that's what YouTube is kind of leaning into, stuff that's actually going to get people to click on it, you know? And the difference between spam clickbait, which I don't like that, and I don't believe in it, is if I made a video where I said, hey, here's how what you shouldn't do, and I just never talked about it, and it was just complete, like something to get you to click on it, and I never delivered on my promise, that is not, that's spam clickbait. But if you make a clickbaity title, which YouTube now likes, then you could take it and you can go like, okay, it's a clickbaity title. Here, let me scroll up. Maybe I should make my video a little smaller so it doesn't cover up so much of the screen, you know? But if you have this this clickbaity title, people are more likely to click on it. And then another thing is just the thumbnail is huge. But so those are the things that you got to lean into more. Delivering in your video a title that gets humans to click on it, if I could speak, and then a thumbnail that gets humans to click on it. And there's a lot of ways to go deeper into this, but that's just the basics of it. You don't want to do any of those things. So, let me just, it's working. Okay, so the next thing, I'm just going to move on to the next one. Oh, I've done 4 actually. See, I didn't even remember how I did. I had 4. I talked about 4 things already, and the next one. Let me just bring that up. I'll show you an example actually. We go to YouTube Studio. The one is that back in the day, YouTube. We're talking about SEO. YouTube. A lot of people had this assumption that you had to create this. That YouTube looked really closely at things like titles of files that you uploaded onto YouTube. So in the back office, let me just go to one of my videos, not a stream. I have to go to a upload so I can use an example. And I'll bring it up to show you. Kind of just did this because so here, let me just bring it up now. Okay, so this is one of the last videos that I've uploaded, and one of the things that they were always like saying you had to do was take the title, which I do actually have it labeled that way in here just because it was just the way that I was labeling things when I was editing, but this is not needed anymore. So the keyword that I was just targeting, easy editing workflow, which I didn't, again, the keywords, they don't actually you don't have to go after SEO anymore if you don't want to. It's not the most powerful. It's about 25% of your traffic typically comes from that I've noticed personally. And then about 75 comes from people just getting it through the suggested algorithm. So you're obviously going to gain a lot more growth if you're in the suggested algorithm versus search. But what it is like, so easy editing workflow, that's the name of the file. A lot of people would take that and like, okay, we need to make sure that our keyword is the same. And then you'd go over to the thumbnail, and I don't think I could see what I named the file, but I think it was the same just because I made that in Canva. If you don't have any tool to use to make your thumbnails, I really like using Canva. It's one of my one of my favorite tool. I know how to use Photoshop. I know how to use a different like actual pro editing software, whatever you want to call, whatever you want to call it. But I really like Canva just because it makes it simple. I'm able to design a shot really quickly, cut out the backgrounds, all that fun stuff, and just do it really quickly and easily in Canva. So I recommend Canva. I am not promoting it. I'm just recommending that I think it makes your life a lot easier. So you might as well do it. So yeah, a lot of people would say that you'd have to make the thumbnail title, and then you'd upload your thumbnail with that same title, and then you'd go over to your actual file, and you'd want to have it like the same, and then as your whatever keyword or your title that you're doing. So then YouTube would reward you by actually doing it, because it says, oh, that's SEO, but that was, from my understanding, it was always just a rumor. YouTube has confirmed that that's complete BS. It's not true. There's a lot of talked about Clubhouse a little earlier. Clubhouse actually has. Clubhouse actually has a lot of YouTube staff and people that hang out there, and they answer questions, and that's how we find out. We actually talk to people that work at YouTube that are actually there, and we're not just making assumptions on these things. These are actually things we've learned from people at YouTube. So that's a big thing. Do not worry about naming it. If this was just like temp file 50 whatever blah blah blah, then you could just use that. So it doesn't matter, because YouTube is going to upload it, they're going to encode it, they're going to convert it to whatever file they want. Your original upload file doesn't matter, because YouTube is going to optimize it for the best capability of what you're able to do on your YouTube channel, like how they want to stream it. It doesn't matter what you upload, they're going to convert it to what works for them, not for you. So there we go. So, and here, see, we were talking about end screens. You could add them in there, and then cards as well. But, okay. So let me just go back. That is another one. So just don't worry about creating all these, like, there we go. Don't worry about creating all of these titles to match. So that's a big change that has happened. Again, I think that it was never a thing, but it was confirmed that YouTube said just stop doing that. That doesn't make any difference with SEO. And then back onto what we were saying right before this, SEO is important, but it's not the strongest algorithm out of all the algorithms. So there we go. And now let me see the next one. The next one, okay. Okay, one thing that you should stop doing, and this is actually a big one in my opinion, is stop making your thumbnail and title at the end. So what I did, and this is really, going live is actually a good way to practice this, because you have to plan your video, and you have to, you haven't shot it yet. Obviously, you haven't shot it yet if you're going live, but I'd say think of videos. Going live with videos like this in the same way that you would do an edited video. So I had to create my title, my thumbnail, before I started shooting this video. And if you think about it the same exact way, I could create a title that actually is going to be more enticing and more in line with my content. But if I went and I shot my video first, and then I'm like, I wonder what I should call this. I will not have been able to optimize my video properly by integrating that title into my video in some way, or actually making it work in. And then now I'm under the constraint of, remember I talked about clickbait earlier? I don't want to create a title just to get clickbait so people watch my video. So if you create your title and then also your thumbnail, which I think that those should be created in together. They're a package deal, but they're not a copy of each other. That's another thing. They're not a copy of each other. You don't just copy your title to your thumbnail. That's not the way it works. But you make your thumbnail and your title first, and then focus on, yes, you could be, coming up with some ideas on what you want your video to be about, and you want to do some research, but before you hit record, whether it's hitting record on a live or an edited video, have that thumbnail optimized for people. Remember, it's for people, not for robots. We don't make movie videos for robots. Again, I apologize to any robot out there watching, but I assume that the majority of people out there are not robots. But you may be a robot, but I am not making videos mainly for you, but you are welcome to watch if you are a robot. Okay, now I'm being a little silly. But yeah, so make those videos for that. So I'll go to things like, here, I'll just bring up, bring up a couple things that I use. So if you can come up with your title, you can go up, but then Canva, I'm able to easily make my thumbnails. I'll just bring it up, so I'll show you real quick. So this is just my Canva. There's a whole bunch of, this is the main page. I have like folders to organize these different things. I have my thumbnails for these videos that I was doing. I do stuff on Amazon as well. Talk about making money with video, but that's not YouTube. But hey, there's so many ways to make money with video. It's not just YouTube. There's so many ways to make money with video, and I do a lot on Amazon as well, making review videos that show up in their thing. So, but that's beside the point. But point is that I made these thumbnails. I figured out this title and then these thumbnails, and I was able to use that to go like, okay, and now I can work on, I was able to put that together, and then now I could say, okay, I just do it. Okay, it's about consistency. This was last night's YouTube video that I did. I was actually running really late in the day, and we're doing a live stream challenge right now, and that's why I'm going live every single day this week. But I work in the film industry, and we had a really long day, and it was going late, and I told him I was originally planning on doing a really long live, and then I said, you know what, I need to be consistent. What should I do a video about? And I'm like, about being consistent. So I said, like, what's going to get somebody to click on it? Why is consistent? So the title that I went with was, why consistency is key to success. And then I worked off of that, and I was able to create a thumbnail that people would click on. Again, do you notice there's no word consistency on that thumbnail. But I created those first, and then I went live, and then it turned out to be a much better live than I even expected, because I had an idea on what I could build the content off of based off of the title, and there was no clickbait, there was no any of that. It was just exactly what it is. Like, and today, I created this. This is where is it? Did I delete my picture by accident? Canva goes a little, I guess their picture got bumped out. I must have done it after I downloaded it. But so this would be, and I had a picture here. But this is just something from today's live. You know, it's not, there we go. But yeah, so I can create these and then focus on the content afterwards. Oh, what's great title, thumbnail. Yes, Nancy. It's okay to have clickbait. Like, this is something that people get this feeling of insincerity. Is that the right word? Insincerity. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. But it's okay to have clickbait if you deliver on the promise. But if I told somebody in my thumbnail and my title something and then didn't deliver on it, that's unethical clickbait. But as long as I deliver on it, as long as I deliver on what I promise, then it's okay. Clickbait. All right, so I'm able to do that. So let me just see what the next, my next point. So again, we talked about the name and thumbnails files should be keywords, and then the main, to make the titles and the thumbnails after the video, don't make the thumbnails and the title after the video, make them before, and it will help you in your planning. It'll make things easier for you. I'm just giving you advice on how to make things easier for you long term. And it's like, why would you be racking your brain after the fact that, oh man, these people, this is going to take me so much time to figure out how to trick people into clicking my video. Instead, just make the thumbnail, make the title, and then you're obviously going to make a thumbnail and title over a topic that you're going to do, and branch off of that versus the other way around, and you're going to have so much better experience with your audience. Okay, and then I mentioned this earlier. I kind of jumped ahead. And I was talking about tags. This is the next one on my list, but tags aren't really required anymore. I'm not saying just leave them blank. I'm just saying spend 15 seconds on them. I'm not even exaggerating. If it goes like, hey, I showed you how you can use VIDIQ, which there's a link in the description if you want to go try out VIDIQ, and the free version, which is completely free. There's also TubeBuddy and I think Social Blade that also give that you can install those plugins. They're Chrome plugins, and then the free version gives you all that. You are able to kind of skim those channels, but just go to a video that is similar to yours, and you might be able to just grab a bunch of their tags and just throw them into yours. They make it up to 500, but don't spend too much time on it. YouTube has said that it's not very relevant, not very heavy in what they require. So there we go. So yeah, just don't think on tags. So let me see. Okay. Now let me just show one thing. So this is something that I'm going to jump over real quick. This is something that I've been working on for my lives. So I was talking about being consistent and doing these things on YouTube. So this is one way that I can create content, and I could serve people like, you know, Maui Nancy, who's hanging out in the chat, or any of you that are also watching right now, or you that is watching on the replay. How's it going? Great to see you. But this is one way that I've been able to kind of create some engagement. So what I do with this, and so if you look at the bottom right now, actually, those are my social tags. So I have currently 3 YouTube channels that I'm working on right now. This is one of them. Welcome to Entrepreneur's Toolbox. And it's youtube.com/@eToolbox. I realize that people don't know how to spell entrepreneur, no matter how smart they are. It's the most common, like, how do you spell it? It's commonly misspelled. So I just shortened it, my tag, or my handle, to eToolbox. I bet everybody could spell E. And toolbox is a pretty easy word. So I hope that that's easy to remember. And then I have a blockchain channel, which is, you know, crypto stuff, because that's also with Dunk, which is our community token. Dunk is I didn't want to have to have that topic on this channel, which is completely fine, you know, because I feel like I want to serve the audience where they're at. So you can go there at youtube.com/@theblockchain. I have no idea how I got that handle, but I got it. So that's at the blockchain, and you're able to find my blockchain and crypto content, which I keep over there, hanging over there. But the only thing on that will bleed over here is really it's talking about Dunk, which is it's a cryptocurrency, but you don't need to worry about that. It's just how I gamify the community and help reward you guys. And if you want, just go to dunkmedia.club, and I'm able to, you know, help tell you more about it and help show how you can get involved, and you could earn or you could buy it. It's whatever you feel like. And then there's a little ticker. This is right here beneath. It shows exactly how much it costs if you decide to buy it, but not necessary. And then another experiment that I'm doing, which I'm really enjoying, is this lo-fi channel, Dunk Lo-fi, which that's just me playing around with figuring out how to take video content, which runs on autopilot, and music content all stuff that I've ordered, and I take that content and I make it go on autopilot, and I find ways like that I could actually make money with video. You know, you're noticing a pattern here on what I like to talk about, how to make money with video, and I'm doing it in creative ways because I'm using video that I haven't actually created myself, and I'm using audio, which I bought through something. You know, I commissioned it, basically. I commissioned the videos, and I commissioned the art of the music, and now that's content that's bringing some income through things, even through like Spotify streaming and stuff like that. So if you were interested in looking at that, you go to youtube.com/@dunklofi. So that is another channel. So end of the spiel, and then Twitter and Instagram, which I wish that I had. I never grabbed all my social tags. All my names are taken. Everybody took my name, so it's all good. But what this is right here, let me just show you exactly what I do in this example. So I have a spin wheel. Let me show you this page real quick. So this is kind of something I use Streamlabs OBS to stream, and it's a software, and it's free. There is a like a Prime version, which is just a subscription, which gives you a whole bunch of extra features, but it's free. But one of the things that is also free is their spin wheel, which I'm able to program different activities and things like that into this, or things that I might want to show up. So for like, I'm able to say, write a tweet. Sometimes I'm just like, so if I say I wanted to, I'm not sure what's going to land on. Here, I'll go back to that other wheel. But if I hit this thing that says spin wheel, it's going to bring up random things. So if you actually have suggestions, what you want me to make these videos about, so what I'll do is I'll jump into doing these examples live during these lives. And so if you just go to the dunkmedia.club Discord, and if you go to the right now, just let me know and make some suggestions. And I'm happy to throw some of them in here and work them in. But in the future, it's going to be, hey, you need to have like a dunk in order to make the suggestion. So, but right now, if I hit spin wheel, I'm going to jump to the other screen so you can see what it will do. Pops up. There we go. And if I hit spin wheel, it spins a wheel. Ooh, fancy. And so write a tweet. So what I would do in this situation is there's a tool that I like using to write my copy. I'm going to bring that up right now. It's called Jasper AI. And I don't know about you, but I get really tired of writing constant copy. It's just like I get writer's block. And it's not the end of the world, but I get writer's block. So I use this tool. Let me just bring it up. Page is loading. Okay. All right, so let me go back to the screen. Okay, so this is Jasper AI. So if I wanted to write a tweet, I could even see tweet. Tweet machine. So you could generate viral tweets for Twitter. So you would go in here and be like, let me just bring this over here so you can see a little easier. So I can go in here and say, okay, what is your tweet about? How about we make a tweet about what not? See, why don't we just make it simple? We just take our, no, that's yesterday's. There we go. So why don't we just do this? We're going to go to our live that we're live in right now. Ooh, I hear a little feedback in my audio. 1 second. Ah. So I'm just going to take, it's taking forever to load. I'll just type it. So, not to do on YouTube in 2023. Maybe I say informative and fun. I filled it in, so I must. So then I could say I want to generate 1, 3, or however many, and I hit generate. Now, again, any of these AI writing tools, please just do not assume that they're done. That's, these things are exactly correct. But so you can click on this and now look at these things as inspiration. So it didn't really understand what I was saying, so I have to tweak what I said. So I could go I'm able to give it a thumbs down, downvote, and then I'm able to generic content. And if I don't like it, it will just remove it and won't charge me for it. Or I could say, like, sometimes it matters about my phrasing. So I could say, so importance of staying consistent, and if I can spell consistent with video. So now I'm going to generate another block. So any of these are pretty good Twitter posts. So consistency is key. When it comes to video, build your audience, trust, and loyalty by posting regularly. I can go through these. All of these could be independent posts. So I'm able to take this if I wanted to, and let me just make sure that I just go to this page real quick, and then I'll come back to this. So you guys can see. But I'll take that post. Let me go to Twitter. I'm trying to remember which Twitter profile I'm logged into on Chrome. There we go. So I have some audio feedback. I gotta fix that. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Chrome. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. That's the right one. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could just take this, post the consistency is key when it comes to video, build your audience, trust and loyalty by posting regularly. So I'm happy with that at the moment. You could tweak it, but now I could tweet it. And then also another thing that I could do is with Dunk, if you want to, I could also make this into a way. I could put a bounty. So if you want to earn some Dunk, hey, go engage in my Twitter. So now I'll just hit tweet, and now I've just created content. And what did I create content doing? So I created content live for you. I made this content, and I've just made my tweet. So, you know, I'm showing you how I'm using this tool and exactly what I actually do. And now I've made a tweet. So, and I also have now, if you go here, a list of a bunch of other relevant tweets that I could just add and queue up so I could be ready for later. So I could do this like once a day maybe, or once a week, and just have enough Twitter posts for, you know, the entire week. Maybe come up with a couple different things and do that. And, you know, I'm going to do them live on my lives randomly. And that's the idea with the with this wheel, is that I could just randomly spin it. Like, I'm not going to do the next one, but, you know, I'm able to just spin the wheel. Oh, what is it going to land on? Oh, write a tweet. That's original. Let me try it again. I don't have it set to remove the ones. There, write a YouTube community post. And I did this yesterday during my live, and I wrote a community post, and I scheduled it to go live this morning. So that meant that I did work yesterday, and now I had a community post for today that created content for today because I did it, and I showed you how I do it. Sometimes I feel like, not just sometimes, like all the time, I feel like you need to have these demonstrations. You need to show people what you're doing. So yeah, so I'm not going to do that right now, but you saw the example. So I was able to write the tweet, and then I can also put those bounties, and I'll show you that in a later video. But this is kind of the idea. I'm going to do these things live. You can go engage in that way. So, all right. So back to what we were talking about before after my little detour. So I have a few more things that I wanted to go over. So I'm going to go back. Okay. So this is actually a really big one. So a lot of people say, okay, you need to have a certain amount of videos, and then you're going to be successful on YouTube. Or it's not true. You could have 1,000 really, really bad videos, like crappy videos, shitty videos. You know, you could have thousands of them. That doesn't mean that you're going to be successful on this platform. So instead of thinking about how can I make a lot of videos, oh, helicopter's coming by again. I don't know if you could hear it. It's in the background. So instead, I'm going to talk over it. Who knows? Instead of having a bunch of videos on YouTube and just posting over and over to think, oh, I'm just going to get a bunch of stuff up there and it's going to be successful, is think about how you can make the right videos for your audience. So you're able to, like, you don't need to upload so many videos. There's some people that I know that they'll post a video a month or every couple months, and they have 1 million subscribers. And again, I think of YouTube as basically a traffic source that's feeding a business outside of YouTube. So subscribers aren't the main metric for true success with the platform. If you ask me, you're able, if YouTube has the power to turn the switch off, it's not your business, it's YouTube's or Google's or Alphabet's. We're going to go down that slippery slope. So just think about the videos that you're uploading. Like right now, if you uploaded a daily video, you'd be like, okay, oh, you see my light. If you uploaded a daily video onto YouTube, do you think everybody's going to watch it? I know I was just listening to a daily podcast, and I was supporting somebody that was doing it. And I made sure that I would do that a couple days. I fell behind, but it was a chore, I'll be perfectly honest, to listen to a podcast every single day. Like every single day. That was a chore. And I understand, like, instead of me pumping out a bunch of quick content just to get content out, I'd rather, upload the right video, a better video that actually serves my community, serves my audience, serves you. You are my audience. If you're watching this, you are my audience, and I'm making content to serve you. It's not content for me. So when people are just making quick content just to try and get views or likes or subscribes, that's not the way to do it. And also just saying, hey, by the time you hit 100 videos, you're going to know what you're doing. The idea is like it's just like driving a car. If when you started driving your car on day one, when on like your first day of driving your car, you probably weren't that good. But right now, I don't know if everybody like me, but I could just like, oh, how did I end up 30 miles away? It's like I just went on autopilot. It just happens. It's like that's how we are as a species. Our minds just adapt, and they absorb the information. It becomes second nature. So that's the idea of saying, oh, you get 100 videos, is the idea that you're going to make your first video. It's going to suck. Be okay with your video sucking. Your video is going to suck. You should go to this channel and go look at my earliest videos. I work in the film industry, and I was really like looking and going like, oh man, my videos suck. But I was doing it in the film industry, but I was comparing it as if it was the film industry, and all like my stuff still sucks when I look at the earlier stuff. Yes, it served an audience. I understood that I was trying to make video content for other people, but it still wasn't that good. My first 80 videos, so I started creating content on YouTube at the beginning of 2020. Like so many of us, the world kind of shut down, and I had time. I was making 3 videos a week because I was in lockdown. And I'm like, I make videos anyways. I'm just going to go and make more videos and post them on YouTube and figure this stuff out. And that's what I did. And I did figure it out. And I made a lot of my income through affiliate marketing. That's about the money side. But I didn't, this actually leads into my next point actually. But I was uploading 3 videos that I was and I was learning, and my videos got better, and they got more concise, and they got more to serve the audience, which you are the audience, and I'm making videos to help you, and that's the bottom line. If maybe I'm reviewing something, if your solution or your final verdict is to not buy, that was the right decision, and that's what I wanted. I'm not trying to make a sale. I'm trying to make you make the right decision, and if you haven't found if what I'm telling you isn't what you need, I'm going to point you in the direction of the person that's going to be able to help you, or maybe I'll be able to figure it out with something else. But it's not about me making a sale, and that's the approach that I realized. I'm like, oh, this is actually the way to do it versus just trying to hustle people out of their money. I don't believe in that. But just make sure that you're uploading the right video to serve your audience, not just to flood your YouTube channel with a bunch of garbage. And that leads into something that I was talking about. When I started, I didn't really have any gear. I work in the film and television industry, and I would just go and I would have my gear already there. I'd go to a shoot, and or maybe they'd have a package. We'd prep the package, or we'd work on our our camera gear, but it was their gear. So when I started making content online, I really didn't have a lot of my own stuff. I had. Why is this bothering me? This is also. I got to figure out that buzz. It's driving me crazy. Maybe you guys don't hear it, but I hear it in my head. So you don't need to have any kind of fancy equipment. So what I had was I had an iPhone 10 at the time, and ooh, the buzz just ended. Ooh, that might have been like something electrical. I don't know. So I had an iPhone 10 at the time. It was dying. Like, I mean, like I had trouble charging it. But, you know, I wasn't like we were in lockdown and money was tight and I wasn't about to go buy a new phone when it was not really necessary. But I took that phone and I had a window. So right in front of me, right behind, like I was sitting at a desk and I had a window and I was able to take a stack of books, lean my phone up against the stack of books, use the window to light me, and I had a little I don't know if I have it around here somewhere. I think I do have it around here somewhere. Ooh, I got it right here. This. I had this, which was a simple... Let's see if I can... I can't get the... It's not going to focus because it's a very focus F stuff. Okay, I'm done having fun. So USB-A to basically so you can plug it into your iPhone. So I was able to take this, and I had a old microphone that I found it in a box in the bottom of a shelf, and I took this and I plugged that in. That was my entire setup when I started. And then when I was able to, I bought a better light. I bought a little extra light, and a ring light. I started trickling a couple things, but boy, I shot 80 videos that way. 80 videos, and then I would take that video, and I had no way, because the port on my phone wasn't really working, and I had to use the wireless charging to get it to charge, but barely worked. And it was on life support, so I had to find an app that I was able to transfer the stuff over from my phone, because it wasn't connecting with the cloud, all this garbage. But I figured it out. I was able to get it over there. I had at the time, a 9-year-old Mac Mini that I was editing on, that I found, again, that was just sitting on a shelf. I'm like, okay, this will work. And that's what I did. I did with what I had. So you don't need to acquire a bunch of gear to get started. You don't need, I have a friend that he calls it gear acquisition syndrome, or gas. I kind of like that. But you don't need to do that. You don't need to collect all this gear all the time. It doesn't need to be gear. You just need to get what you need in order to make content that's going to serve your audience. You don't need to put on a fancy show. You don't need to put on that stuff. You just need to have something. If you're going to go, like right now, we're doing the live challenge. Several people have just gone live with their cell phone in their car, or wherever they're at. Maybe they're in their living room. But I've seen it. Just do what you need to do in order to actually, to serve your audience. And I think I'm emphasizing that enough, that it's about serving your audience and not about just creating content for the sake of creating content. So whatever you have, you don't need fancy equipment. Don't judge me by what I have in front of me, because this was years of collecting. And I don't need this. If I wanted to, I'll give you an example. So I was showing you, do I have the Amazon ones? I'll bring it up in a sec. Actually, I have it in the description. Let me just bring it up. I don't see it. It's all good. On Amazon, I was just showing you the thumbnails, actually. That's where I was showing you, on thumbnails. So on Amazon, like these ones right here. So these thumbnails go to Amazon videos, and those Amazon videos, all what I'm doing is I'm taking a top-down video of my things that I'm reviewing, and these are like, you can go to, there's a link in the description if you want to check out the Amazon page, and I'm constantly going to be adding to it things that I use, film gear, and anything and everything. But this is the example. I'm just taking that. They're short videos, and I'm just using my headphones, like my AirPod headphones, as the mic, because they get the job done, and they serve the purpose of these videos. And these videos, people watch them. I could see that people are watching them, and I see that people are buying things after watching them. So they're serving their purpose. They're actually making me money with video doing this, and and it's just an example. So example of how you don't need to have fancy gear. Again, I had my cell phone, and I'm doing this with my cell phone. I'm doing this with my headphones that I already had, and then the only thing that I bought to do this, and this was just a little gooseneck arm, which cost I think $15 on Amazon, which I made a review video about, which I haven't posted here yet, but I recorded a review video, so I could take my video that I made and make money off of the thing that I bought to make the videos, which is kind of fun. But this example, I spent probably, the headphones, probably $100 headphones when they were new, but that's something I bought. Anyways, use what you already have is kind of my point. You don't necessarily need that arm that I had, but hey, if you have the $20, it makes it easier, but don't go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff just to get started. It's not necessary. You don't need it. Stop. All right. But those are like the main stuff that I would really avoid in 2023 and moving forward. One thing about YouTube is that you need to continuously stay on top of this stuff, because YouTube started as a dating site in 2005, a dating site. Go look at its first video, and there's a reason why it's so, risque, because it was a dating site, and they wanted people to upload videos to find dates, and, that's not exactly the direction it went. So, but it became what it was, and it's going to be constantly evolving. So they are 17, going on 18 years into their journey of evolving into what they are. So, doing things like, I got them here. I'll go over them real quick again in case recap. Shorts or basically no like a short or no intro video. Overusing the end screen is a big one. Don't create a separate channel for YouTube Shorts. Ranking in search is not required, but it's more you want to optimize for suggested. Name name your thumbnails and video files as the same as your keyword that you're targeting is not really, that was more of a rumor, not something that's changed. Make the title and thumbnail after the video is something that people typically do, but they should do it the other way around. Make it first. And then again with SEO, tags aren't really a big thing that you need to do anymore. They say it's their least weighted metric. And then fancy equipment is not always required, not just always required. Like I said, I made my first 80 videos, and by the way, I made quite a bit of money through affiliate marketing from those videos that I shot with my cell phone leaned up against a window. So keep that in mind. And then we also mentioned not uploading too many videos, and just like actually making videos that are going to serve your audience first. I think that's kind of a key thing. You want to serve your audience first. Yeah, any of these things. But hey, if there's any things that you know about that you shouldn't be doing on YouTube in 2023 or moving forward, let us know in the comments. If I missed anything, let me know. I'm only human, I think, or I might be a robot. We talked about maybe I'm a robot making videos for robots. That's always a possibility. I could be making robot videos for robot people. Yeah, maybe that. We'll think about that for a little while. But yeah. Let me know if there's anything else that you that you know about. These are the main ones that I've been focusing on that I need to make sure that I work on. So I'm always trying to figure this. I like making money. It's on YouTube personally, just because it's evergreen, it keeps on growing, and by being able to, I can even go back to some of my old videos and tweak them. I could tweak the titles, things like that, and get a lot more views. Things like and so. So, but let me know if you're doing any of these things on YouTube. You could drop those, if you're currently doing any of these things, and if you're going to change any of these things, let me know in the comments. Yeah, and thanks everybody for coming and hanging out with me today. And if you're watching the replay, then yeah, just go ahead and let me know if there's anything else as well. And I'll see everybody tomorrow for me. And you could actually, hey, I'll just like, watch this video next. It's tomorrow's, and it's about making money with video.